and welcome to day 9 of the 12 days of crochet. So far we have made the 6-spotted ladybug, the blue-banded bee, a snail, rosy maple moth, a dragonfly, an orchid mantis, a Japanese emperor caterpillar, and an acorn weevil. So today we are making whatever is in this box here, and your clue was what we call them changes depending on how many there are. So let's open up the box and see. Right bug. Today we are making a little grasshopper. And as for the clue, one is a grasshopper. In a swarm, they are called locusts. Because yeah, I think all locusts are grasshoppers, but not all grasshoppers can become locusts. But in any case, my clue stands, and we are making a grasshopper today. Don't forget to stick around to the end of the video to get a clue as to who we are making on day 10. This is the pattern that I never expected to make. But it was voted for by the live stream crew, and so here we are making a little grasshopper. And he's a sweet little boy, and there's only one of him, so he is a grasshopper, not a locust. In terms of tools and materials, all you're going to need is some 8-ply 100% acrylic yarn in some green, a pair of 9mm safety eyes, and some stuffing. Now, this is a completely no-sew pattern, but if you do want to add some extra details to the eyes, you can have a scrap amount of white and a needle handy. Otherwise, you're just going to need a 3.5mm hook, scissors, and 2 stitch markers. I'm using bobby pins because I always use bobby pins. So this might be, don't get me wrong, the design process was long. It might be the fastest to make of all 12 days. So we'll start with a magic ring of 6. Then in row 2, we are going to work an increase. A single crochet, 2 increases, and then we're going to make an antenna. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn, and starting in the second chain from our hook, work 2 slip stitches back down that chain. Now that is not adding any stitches to our round, it's just giving us a little nub that's going to poke out between the stitches of our round. So there is our first antenna. Going back to working our round here, we are going to work a single crochet, and then a second antenna. So chain 3, turn, and work 2 slip stitches back down the chain. We have just 1 stitch left in our round, and I want you to put an increase into it. So there we are at the end of round 2, and we should have 10 stitches we can work into and 2 antennas, making the round look confusing. Row 3 and row 4 are both just 10 single crochet around for a combined total of 20 stitches. I think that's the first time I've gotten to say that throughout this whole event. I think it's the last time I'll get to say it too. Like so. Row 5 is 10 front post single crochet around. So far we've been working just through the loops on top of the stitch. This time we're going to be working around the stem or the post of the stitch. So we find our first post by identifying the loops we'd work into next anyway, then following them down to the post. So the post we're working into is not this one, it's this one here. And because we are working front post single crochet, we insert our hook from the front of the work around the post, back to the front of the work. Then just yarn over, pull up a loop, and yarn over and complete our single crochet. So there is our first front post single crochet, and we're going to work 9 more around for 10 in total. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So there we are at the end of row 5, and we are going to stop at this point and put our eyes in. So I'm going to suggest that you pop your eyes into row 2, so magic ring is 1 and then 2, so that they're about halfway down the head. And if you'll excuse the pun, you're going to have to eyeball it a little bit because there's fewer defining characteristics on the grasshopper's head than on some of the others. So that's where I'm putting my eyes. I'm going to snap the backs on. We've had mixed luck with the clicky noises. I would have said we had no luck with the clicky noises, but the weevil gave excellent clicky noises. So let's see how we do on the grasshopper. They are nature's musicians after all. Oh no, back in the right way, thank you. It's cursed. Okay, now he has peepers through which to peep. And I may have put mine slightly too far down, but I will learn to live with my mistakes. Okay, row 6. In row 6, we are going to be making his first set of little legs. Like I said, this pattern goes fast. Just because we're going from front post stitching back to regular crochet, I want you to count backwards from your hook until you find the 10th stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we do that because when we go from front post to single crochet and vice versa, it is the most common place in crochet, in my opinion, to gain or lose a stitch in your round. So just by counting backwards from our hook, we know we are maintaining the correct stitch count. So we're going to start by working 2 single crochet, so 1 and 2. Then we're going to work our first little leg, which is just chaining 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Turn, starting in the second chain from our hook, work 3 slip stitches, back down the chain. 1, 2, 3. Tiny little leg. We are going back to working into the stitches of our round. Work 3 single crochet across. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh, I need to trust the process. Look, I'm trusting the process, but I'm also checking my sources. And my sources say this is correct. Every instinct in me screams only do 2 stitches there, but we're doing 3. And then we're going to make a second little leg by chaining 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn and work 3 slip stitches, back down the chain. 1, 2, and 3. Then we have just 5 single crochet back to the start of our round. Being careful not to skip one by accident. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there we are at the end of row 6. And we should have 10 stitches and 2 legs in our round. In row 7, we are going to work 2 repeats of a single crochet and then a decrease. And the decrease is going to fall across this leg. So insert your hook into the stitch before the leg, yarn over and pull up a loop, and then fold the leg forward and insert your hook into the stitch after the leg, yarn over and pull up a loop. So you have 3 loops on your hook and a leg sticking out the front, then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. So there's our first one, and we're going to do that again. So single crochet, and then we're going to decrease. So insert our hook, yarn over and pull up a loop in the stitch before the leg, fold the leg forward, insert our hook, yarn over and pull up a loop in the first stitch after the leg, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And look at that. Correct to trust the process. Like, it looked so crooked, but this is part of the problem with these patterns and why I've had to do each of them so many times is I keep thinking, oh no, I'll just adjust that leg on the go. No, don't do it. Don't do it. The leg is correct. We then have just 4 single crochet back to the start of our round. I will focus. I will. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're at the end of row 7. In row 8, we are going to make his second set of legs. So we start with a single crochet, and then we chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Turn and work 3 slip stitches back down the chains. So there's leg number 3. We're then going to work 3 single crochet across his tummy. 1, 2, 3, and work a fourth leg. So chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, turn and work 3 slip stitches back down the chains. And there is our fourth little leg. So now we just need to finish row 8, and we do that by working 2 single crochet, 1, 2, 3 single crochet into the same stitch, 1, 2, 3, and that 3 single crochet into the same stitch should fall directly at the top of the back, lining up between the 2 antennae, and a single crochet back to the start of our round. So here is our tiny little bean at the end of row 8, looking very sweet and optimistic. That's how you can tell it's a grasshopper, not a locust. No rage here. Row 9 is 7 single crochet, so that's 1 before the leg. We fold that leg forward, 2, 3, 4, fold the leg forward, 5, 6, 7, and the next stitch should be the center stitch from that 3 single crochet into the same stitch we did last row, and we are going to put 3 single crochet into it. 1, 2, and 3. Then it's just 2 single crochet back to the start of our round. 1 and 2. So in row 10, we are going to be building the back legs. Now the back legs are, honestly, if you've made all of the other bugs in this series, these are going to be a piece of cake, but they are the trickiest component to this particular pattern. So what happens is we build them in one round, we lock them in the next round, and then like 2 rounds later, we line them up. So things are going to look absolutely wrong and crooked, and then 4 rows later, you'll be like, oh wait, that looks great, okay? And I'm saying this as someone who stopped recording to double check the alignment of things because it looked so wrong to me, I couldn't trust my own process. This is me telling you, we got to trust the process here. So have a couple of stitch markers handy. And we are going to start the row by working a single crochet. We are then going to chain 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now look how ridiculous this looks. This is our entire project to date, and this is 13 chains. So this is what we're working with. We're then going to turn, and starting in the second chain from our hook, we're going to work a double crochet. So that's where we yarn over our hook once, insert our hook into the stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. So we have 3 loops on our hook. We then yarn over and pull through the first 2, and yarn over and pull through the second 2. And what that's doing is forming a little foot at the back of our leg. We're then going to work 4 slip stitches down the chain. 1, 2, 3, and 4, leaving us with all of this chain to go. And we're going to skip the next 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch in the next one after that. The reason we do that is just like with the weevil, it gives us this good little knee bend in our leg in a piece that we otherwise couldn't do a lot of shaping with. We're then going to work a single crochet, a double crochet, and we're going to take a stitch marker and mark that double crochet because we'll be using that later to line our legs up. And this leaves us with just 1 chain left, and we're going to work 2 double crochet into that same chain. 1 and 2. So there is the base of our little back leg. Currently he's looking kind of like a 6-legged bunny. So going back to working in our round, this is the bit that I think you're going to think is wrong. Please trust the process. We're going to work 5 single crochet around, and you're going to think that you're supposed to only do 3, but it's definitely 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And we're going to build our second back leg now. So chain 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Then we're going to turn and work a double crochet in the second chain from our hook. Foot accomplished. 4 slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and then we slip stitch. We single crochet, we double crochet, and we mark the double crochet. And then in the last chain of our leg, we work 2 double crochet into the same stitch. 1 and 2. So this is what my legs currently look like. So that's from underneath. So that one there will be locked in up this way. They're very higgledy-piggledy. We fix them, we do. And with that done, we have just 6 single crochet back to the start of our round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you know what? I'm tempted to leave the hook squeaking into the edit for this one here, just because it's a grasshopper. It seems appropriate. Row 11 is then refreshingly just 12 single crochet around. So we have 1 stitch before the leg, fold the leg forward out of the way, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Fold the leg forward and out of the way. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay. So he's still looking weird. That's okay. We're going to fix it in row 12. You ready for something that I'm not like this particular pattern more than any of the others? I'm convinced is some sort of witchcraft, but anywho. In row 12, we're going to start by single crocheting through both the marked stitch of the leg and the next stitch of the body. So what we're going to do is fold this leg up so that the loops of the stitches of the leg line up with the active round we're working in. And we're going to insert our hook through both loops of the marked double crochet, so that we're working from the outside to the inside, and then through the next stitch of our body as well. Then yarn over, pull up a loop through both layers, yarn over, and complete our single crochet. So that's 1 leg locked into place, and you can actually remove that stitch marker. Then, being sure not to skip any stitches of the body, because there are 5 between these legs, we're going to work a single crochet, and then a single crochet 3 together, which is just a decrease over 3 stitches. So there are 2 ways to work these. There is the standard way of just inserting your hook through the stitch, yarning over and pulling up a loop. You do that through all 3 stitches. And then you yarn over and pull through all 4 loops to finish off your decrease. I prefer to do an invisible one. Either one's fine, but it's just a preference thing, where I just pick up the front loops only of the 3 stitches I'm decreasing over. I yarn over and I pull up a loop through all 3, and then I yarn over and complete my stitch. I personally like the look of this one better. Either should work fine for this pattern. So with the single crochet 3 together done, we are going to work 2 single crochet. And we're going to grab our second leg, and with the foot pointing upwards, we are going to insert our hook through the marked double crochet. You can take your stitch marker out now. And we're going to fold it over so our hook then goes through the next stitch of the body. Yarn over and pull up a loop through both layers, and then yarn over and complete our single crochet. We then have just 4 single crochet left in our round. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have just 1 row left. So at this point we are going to stop and stuff our little grasshopper, and we're going to stuff him fairly firmly. Yeah, just get it, make sure you get it all the way into the head. Bit of squish around, make sure everything's sitting right. The legs are still crazy, and that's okay. So we have just 10 stitches left in our round, and we are going to work a single crochet 3 together, a second single crochet 3 together, and then 2 decreases. Leaving us with just 4 stitches in our round and finish off. I want you to take your remaining tail and pull it through the 4 stitches of that last round, just through the front loops. And pull it tight to close. And tuck that end away inside. Let go of my hook, please. Thank you. Squish, squish, squish. So now your legs might still look a little crazy. If you place him on a flat surface, just give the legs a little bit of a tug and a little bit of a pull. Put his feet on the ground. And you have, I know I'm biased, but a very cute, sweet little grasshopper here. His legs are all facing the right way. So now, as mentioned, this is a finished grasshopper, but you can just take a little bit of white yarn and add some whites to the eyes. I've done it for most of the others, so I'm going to do it to this one too. I don't think this stops it from being a no-sew pattern because it's an optional detail. Fight me. No, don't fight me. I'm easily bruised. And yeah, I know that bugs or whatever, like insects, invertebrates. I'm like, yeah, I know that none of these little critters really probably have sclera, but it's cute. Sort out his little leggies. He's just new, he's just learning still. There he is. I feel like this pattern would work okay for a cricket as well. I think he's the shortest and easiest of all of them. Okay, there we go. You go right there, little buddy. So, there is our finished grasshopper. I hope you had fun making him with me today. He's just this lovely little nugget of a thing. Just a little bean. I'm glad chat bullied me into making this one here. This is another live stream special where I never would have picked Grasshopper, but I'm really glad that you guys picked him for me. Okay, so I know why you're all still here. You want a clue for who is in box number 10, and I'm happy to provide. So your clue for number 10 is this bug navigates by the stars. I didn't know this fact. I think it's really interesting. So the colours I'm going to be using tomorrow are dark grey and black, but this is a bug that I think you could get away with any kind of jewel tone. If you think you know it, leave a guess in the comments down below, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Okay, bye. Here are some of the photos of the acorn weevils that you guys sent through yesterday.